request the organizers of this conference consider it an honor to be invited to give this health talk. Our husband, our Bible study leader, is giving us the medicine to heal our souls. And I'm following him to give you what you need to heal your bodies. In your program, it says, you and your health. I know some people have been looking at me with one eye, whether it's coming to talk to us about diet, what we should eat and what we should not eat. I'm sorry to disappoint you. The topic given to me is preventing and managing high blood pressure. Preventing and managing high blood pressure. Let me ask a simple question. We are now in the middle of June. How many of you have checked your blood pressure this year? Can I see by show of hands? That's good. About 50% of us. That's very good. How many of you know that you are hypertensive? You don't need to be shy, yes? Alright, about 5%. Thank you. Before I start, Brother Ade has just told us what we Christians ought to do, to be honest. The truth of the matter is, there are maybe approximately 500 of us here right now. At least 150 of us are hypertensive. At least. Those of you that raise your hand, you are not up to 50. So some people are lying, or they do not know. So, preventing and managing high blood pressure. High blood pressure is also known as hypertension, or in the local parlance, partake. It is a condition in which the blood vessels have persistently raised pressure. Blood is carried Thank you. Blood is carried from the heart to all parts of the body in the vessels. Let me give a simple analogy. Virtually every one of us has either a well or a borehole in our homes. Yes? Yes? Right. And most of us, or many, also have a tank placed somewhere up there from where the water goes into the house. And presumably, we have a pump that pumps water into that tank. Is that correct? Okay. So, that pump is aching to your heart. And that tank is aching to your brain. The blood is pumped up there and it supplies your whole body. The brain is the powerhouse. It's the one that controls every part of the body. And the heart is the pump. Now, if it deprives the brain of blood, every part of the house will not have water, have you? So that is really the analogy. So follow me, please. The International Society of Hypertension defines hypertension as blood pressure that is consistently higher than 140/90 millimeters of mercury. 140. When you go to hospital and they measure it, they usually tell you 120/80, 110/70. The top one, 140 or 120 or 130, The international body have given us certain figures that we can use as norms. Normal systolic should be less than 130, and diastolic should be less than 85. And then anything above that will be called high blood pressure. We cannot talk about managing high blood pressure without talking about the causes. What causes high blood pressure? The cause is often not known. In some cases, it is the result of an underlying condition. Most people, in them, the high blood pressure is not due to another condition or disease, and it is known as primary or essential hypertension. Primary hypertension, essential hypertension. It can result from multiple factors. Number one, family inheritance. What does that mean? It means that if one parent or both parents have high blood pressure, the siblings, the children, they stand a high percentage of developing high blood pressure. It is not genetic. It is not as if they inherit it, but there is a familial tendency. For example, a father is hypertensive, a mother is hypertensive, they have 6 children. The chances are 3 of those children will turn out to be hypertensive. It is not their fault. That's nothing to do with what they have done or not done. Because, particularly we Christians, we try to over-spiritualize everything. When they come to hospital, we measure your blood pressure and we say, your blood pressure is high. Then, history of it in the family, I don't know, me, blood pressure, never. I reject it. Blood pressure. You cannot reject it. It has nothing to do with I reject it. When you reject it, it will kill you. Don't over-spiritualize sickness. I'm telling you that you may be hypertensive not for any fault of yours, simply because you were born into a family where one or both parents have hypertension. Essential hypertension can also be linked to obesity. Thank God, I've looked around. I cannot see any obese person unless they are hiking themselves. It is also linked to diabetes, excess sugar in the blood. Diabetes, again, it tends to run in families. Parents diabetic, chances are some of the children will turn out to be diabetic. It is linked to high salt intake. Many of us, no matter how sweet the stew is, you will still add salt. Can I teach you something today? As a rule of thumb, don't add salt to the food on your table. Even if you think it's not salty enough, eat it like that. When there is too much salt in the body, it attracts water to itself, swells the inside of the vessels, and increases the pressure. Heavy alcohol intake. Thank God we are all repenting. That is what alcohol. Smoking. Sedentary lifestyle. And persistent stress. I wonder if there is any Nigerian that is not under persistent stress. disease. Some of these are chronic kidney disease. I'm sure you have heard or know somebody who is undergoing renal dialysis. That's usually because the kidneys have reached a stage where they need external help. Such people are often associated with high blood pressure. Hormonal problems, pregnancy. Some pregnant women, not all, some, in their pregnancy, especially in the latter stage, the blood pressure in them goes up and may be deleterious to their health. Diabetes and obesity. Now let's talk about the symptoms. If you have high blood pressure, what are you likely to complain of? A person with hypertension may not notice any symptoms, and so it is often called a silent killer. Without detection, hypertension can damage the heart, the brain, the kidneys, and the eyes. How does that happen? Remember that every organ in the body is supplied with blood, otherwise they will not live. Therefore, if the pressure in the... Okay, let's go back to my original analogy. If your tank is up there, you fill it with water, but the pipes have been laid there for the last 30 years. What may happen? One of them may burst. I mean, but sometimes you need to call the plumber, they will have to chisel the wall to remove them. It's the same thing. Some of these vessels of ours can thicken for various reasons. And when they do, the pressure that is pumping through them can burst those vessels. If those vessels are inside a very sensitive or important organ, like the brain, it may result in stroke. The vessel bursts, blood is put somewhere in part of the brain. That part of the brain will cease to work. And therefore, you will feel the effect. That's why you see somebody, one side of the body, cannot move it. Maybe you cannot even talk. Or, if it's in the heart itself that does the pumping also requires blood to help it to work. It has vessels also. If those vessels burst, then you say that person has heart attack. May die because of what the heart then ceases to work. And so on. The same can go for the eyes. There are also small vessels in the eyes. They burst and you go blind. So, when we call it a silent killer, we are saying it may not give you any warning until you get to these complications. And many of the complications are inherited, except the blindness can kill. That's why it's one thing you must not joke with. It's one thing you must not trifle with. It's one thing you must not spiritualize. And I will tell you in a minute as we go along. How do we diagnose it? I'm sure everybody, many of you here, you have this sphygmomanometer in your homes. I mean, that machine that you use to check the blood pressure. Can I see your hand if you have it? Yes, many of you do. But let me tell you something about that. If you buy it, let me advise, take it to the nurse or the doctor to show you how to correctly apply. See that thing that you wrap around your hand is called the cuff. How to correctly, inside the cuff, there's a little microphone that detects the sound. if you don't put it exactly where you should, you will get a high reading. And you may be afraid. Why is my pressure high? Because the improper way of checking. So even before you go, I'm sure doctors and nurses are around, they can show you how to correctly apply the machine. For those of you that have it at home and use it. Blood pressure can fluctuate according to the time of day. So, for you that you have your machines and you want to check it, the best time to do it is when you are just woken up, first thing in the morning, because the pressure can go up after eating, can go up with feelings of anxiety, can go up after strenuous exercise, and can go up even when you have had a warm bath. So you want to check it at home? No problem. When you just open up, check it. That is the best time to have a good reading. Let's look at the risk factors. What are those factors that may encourage us developing high blood pressure? I have mentioned our parents. I said it is something that is familiar. It's something that runs in the family. Let me give you a way of giving personal testimony. So let me give personal testimony. My father was hypertensive. My mother was hypertensive. And there are 6 siblings of them. 3 of us are hypertensive. 3. Incidentally, I'm the firstborn, and I'm a doctor. And do you know how I discovered that I was hypertensive? I was on holiday, and you know, in some of those supermarkets, they have those things. You stand on them to measure your weight, or you stand on them, put your hand, and test your pressure. So I stood there, and I saw the pressure they gave me was on the roof. I said, can't be. And what was my age then? Was I just a little over 30? I said, no way. Even though I was a doctor, I thought, must be kidding. So I went to, of course, stupid machine will also tell you things. Go and look after yourself when you are about to die. I went to another supermarket, put my hand, same thing. This was, my holiday was spoiled. But what I'm saying is, it has nothing to do. Doctor, yes. Doctor might have been married, as you say, no problem. Yet there it was, blood pressure was high. And I know 2 of my siblings also have high blood pressure. So I've been managing blood pressure for upwards of 40 years. So it is not a death sentence. It is not a stigma. It is not something you should hide. It is not something you reject. It is not something you go to yoke for. You know, we have some about yoke here. I don't think on the day will have mentioned the yoke. Complications. No, let me go. The risk factors. Let me finish with that. Do you know that Africans tend to have a higher risk than other ethnic groups? Do you know that your weight, as you increase in weight, you also stand some chances of your blood pressure rising with it? Males also tend to be more hypertensive than females. long-term high blood pressure can cause complications through what the doctors of medical science calls atherosclerosis. It's just a big name. It just means that the blood vessels have plaques deposited in them, and therefore narrowing the space left for blood to transverse. You know that if you narrow the pipe, definitely you need more pressure to pass through it, unlike if the vessel was wide. And these plaques tend to be deposited in those vessels, one, with age, two, with certain sicknesses. For example, high cholesterol. Now, don't get frightened. Cholesterol has two components. There's good cholesterol, there's bad cholesterol. In fact, even if you don't take cholesterol at all, your body produces it. Your liver produces it. Because we need cholesterol in the body for the cell membranes and for certain hormones. However, certain foods, particularly fatty foods, very oily foods, tend to encourage that level of cholesterol in us, and that will then cause a narrowing of our blood vessels, and therefore will cause complications for us when there is high blood pressure. So, one thing I've noticed is that young people tend to handle cholesterol fat very well. But as you age, be careful. I know some of those things are very tasty, but tell yourself, if you get out to so just relax and stick to non-fatty foods. Are we together? No, you don't agree with me. No problem. You don't agree with me, it's at your own risk. Complications. We mentioned heart attack. I don't know why they call it heart attack. Alright? It sounds frightening. Something happened to your heart. But I'll explain it to you. The blood supply to the heart is compromised by the vessel supplying it, and therefore the heart, which needs to pump blood to the brain, can no longer do so, and everything collapses. When you hear somebody complain, and the next minute it was gone. That would probably be a heart attack, severe chest pain, and then before any help can come, they're gone, particularly if it is massive. Of course, there are minor heart attacks called angina, not as severe, but at least frightening enough to send you run to the hospital. A complication can be heart failure. The heart, because it's pumping against pressure, must increase itself to cope with that extra stress. When it does, the heart is elastic. But you know, elasticity has a limit. You can only pull it up to a point after which it will no longer go back to its original state. I mean, it's the same thing. The heart, it it bursts. If it's in a sensitive area, can you imagine? Okay, many of you have had boils, have you? And you'll be watching the boil. You'll be watching it until it is ripe. That's the word you use. When it is ripe, it will burst. That's the same thing. That's like a bulge that ripens. The covering is so thin and a slight pressure and it bursts. If it bursts in your brain, it's dead. Burst just name somewhere, it's going to create a lot of problems. Hypertension causes it. Stroke, we have mentioned it. Kidney failure. The kidneys, of course, are responsible for removing the toxins from the body. And when hypertension destroys them, the toxins accumulate in the system. We create a lot. My time is not up. I'm sorry, the woman who is not my time. Management. Lifestyle adjustment is the first line of treatment. Lifestyle adjustment. 1. Regular physical exercise. For example, walking, cycling, swimming. I know it is difficult to walk on our roads. We don't have pedestrian walkways. But many of you who live in maybe estates or places that are secure, you can still do brisk walking. When you walk, make sure it is brisk. It is not every walking, because some of our women, our wives tell us that one man is running in the way, that's not exercise. Because you can walk from here to Sunday and not do an exercise. It must be brisk and must bring up sweat. That's when it becomes an exercise. Stress reduction techniques like meditation. Read your Bible and meditate on it. It is anti-stress. Warm baths. Avoid alcohol. Avoid recreational drugs, which are getting too common these days. If you are hypertensive and they place you on medication, for God's sake, take your medicine. I've had people say, you are lying. You are going to kill yourself. Let the medical people tell you, okay, please stop for some time, because what we have checked is a little low. And then tell you, don't say, I feel good now. Or I know when the thing is going on, or when I'm beginning to. No. You are not being honest with yourself. Don't control the way you take the drugs by yourself. Let those who know advise. Your diet, I've said it, reduce your salt intake. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Eat less fat. Watch your weight. I'm being asked to give some time for questions. But let me ask some questions myself. One, the first question is hypertension genetic? I'll try to answer that. It tends to run in families. Strictly stroke, and other life-threatening conditions. Health experts define healthy blood pressure as lower than 120/80 and blood pressure of 140/90 and above needs medical consultation. Though not all cases of elevated blood pressure are preventable, a person can reduce their risk of complications by managing their lifestyle and minimizing risk factors for developing high blood pressure. Questions? Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, quickly. Mike, somebody? Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the talks. It has been so refreshing and incisive. But I want to ask one question, sir. Can we have a little talk on hypertension and its management too? Maybe just some things that may need to know about this, because we hear that it's equally as deadly as hypertension. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I want to ask a question. As a couple living in the house, woman can drink for 8 to 10 hours, but she still has high blood pressure. But the husband can drink for only 4 hours, doesn't have high blood pressure. How can we think of that, sir?
Congratulations. Can I go? Sir, on the management of hypertension, sir, most of the time, apart from the lifestyle changes that we try to educate us on, like exercise, cultivating healthy eating, and things like that. Most of the time, our medical doctors give us drugs, and we are taking these drugs for years. For example, you said you have been managing this challenge for almost 40 years. I presume there will be some drugs you are taking. And when people have some other challenges, test shows that there are some. For example, I went for some medical tests last year. The test shows, I forgot the word in one of these test results. That is the effect of the drugs, control drugs I'm taking. But the doctor said it is not much problem. What can be the effect of the long-term taking of these drugs? The effect. And can it really have other harmful effects apart from just managing the challenge, hypertension?
Thank you, sir. The pharmacist or the scientist, allied professionals in the medical line, they said just like the last speaker said, drugs are poison. To what extent are drugs poison? Give you an example. A boss of mine, early this year, he has been hypertensive and diabetic, and he has been on drug for years, only for his pancreas to back up. Within 1 month, he became so thin that we hardly recognized him. Within 2 weeks, he was dead. So what can we do?
those who are having arthritis on the knees, who said that people should have exercise, not just walking, but walking briskly. It is difficult for those that have problems with legs, like arthritis, to move fast, while walking. In fact, many of them cannot even walk. Just crawl. And number two, the American Society said, I read from a magazine, that they revised the 140-80 mentioned as the basis for normal high blood pressure. Now, and again, they said that with age, the blood pressure increases, not to say 140-80 you said, but can be higher. That it does not mean that if you have 140-80, which you said, that it's the normal thing to become the older you become, or the older you are, the more the addiction will increase. That does not mean that you have a problem with high blood pressure. That's just my question.
Hello, sir. This can access leads to hypertension. Then another question is scratching of body, whether your body is aching you and you are scratching. Can this lead to hypertension as well?
Sir, please, I don't want to ask question, but I want to make an appeal, sir. That please, can I have a copy or a photocopy of this lecture so that I can read it sometimes as a reminder. Please, sir, can I have a copy or make an arrangement where I can see you to have a copy of this lecture? Thank you, sir.
In addition to the teaching English, I also want to request for that a copy of the presentation. I also want to ask a question different from others. We are in the house of God, and the theme of the program is walking the truth of the gospel. And there's something caught my attention. Sir, how do we strike this balance? I have three in one question. Where is the place of my faith? If I now say I reject, or I do not reject, where do we strike the balance? In line with the theme, in line with the faith clinic we received this morning, and in line with our fear. Is it out of place, as you said, if we reject, or is it fear that is catching me every time I'll be checking my heart blood? Please, sir, let's strike this balance so that it will not be a situation we are over-spiritualized or under-spiritualized. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to suggest also that we would like to have a dietitian who will tell us what are the various vegetables to eat. Someone who is good in swallow, who can finish loaves of bread, and suddenly he said he should go on fruits. It's really challenging and difficult. So we want a teaching in that area as well, through a dietitian who will tell us what will be used to replace it. Because I don't know what kind of vegetable can fill the empty tummy which has been used. Praise God. Many times they suggest, as you grow older, go on fruits. All right, we want to know which fruits can supplement all those loss of solid foods. Thank you.
Let me start with you, sir. Number 8, you. Give me the mic. The man who does not know which things to eat. How old are you, sir?
54 now.
No problem. You will get to the point where even swallow will not go. You can say it.
I join others in saying thanks for the professional enlightenment stroke reminder. According to the analogy we started with, the overhead fan helps the supply and the heart. My question is this: which organ of the body helps either the well or the borehole, so that one is careful that the resources is not stopped? Which organ of the body helps the well or the borehole?
Praise God.
Please, sir, I want to ask questions. For example, if you involve yourself in gardening, farming regularly, or when you eat hot amala regularly, will that also be an exercise? Thank you, sir.
All right, I think we come to there. Let's we'll just start with the last speaker. I'm standing here delivering a lecture and I am sweating. Am I exercising? Thank you. That answers you. Number 1, talked about hypertension, low blood pressure. I've been advised by the organizers that at some other time this would be looked after. But as a rule of thumb, hypertension does not occur in a normal person. There has to be a cause for why one's blood pressure is low. That's number 1. Number 2, don't be deceived. I know many of you have gone to hospitals and quasi hospitals and come back, doctor or nurse or some fellow said you have hypertension. If you can stand straight as I'm doing and walk unaided, you do not have hypertension. No matter what anybody may tell you. Can I repeat myself? If you can stand straight unaided and walk, you don't have hypotension. Number 2, somebody said the wife sleeps for 8 hours, does not have high blood pressure. The husband sleeps for 4, he has. Obviously, you are not listening to this lecture. Because what has sleeping 8 hours got to do with it? I said, even for most of us, we don't even have any obvious cause. That's why it is called essential or primary. Some of us are born to have it, whether we sleep 8 hours or we don't sleep 4 hours. So, sir, that is not the issue. Otherwise, all presidents of the nation should be hypertensive, except the ones who don't need memos. That's not for them. Long-term complications of drugs. Any drug, every drug has potential side effects. Every drug. And every drug taken on a long-term basis also has potential side effects or complications. But with time, the drugs that are given for this ailment are such that the complications are so minimal. I told you, I've been taking antihypertensive drugs for over 40 years, and I'm still with him. So it's not, they are not, sometimes, particularly the ones that have a lot of diuretic, yes, there will be some little disturbance of their chemistry, but that can be easily put together. So it's nothing to be afraid of. Dr. Aruna, I'm sorry, there is no correlation whatsoever between your boss who was hypertensive and the pancreas factor. No correlation whatsoever. Arthritis and difficulty in walking. Well, I'm really sorry for that. I don't know whether will a treadmill help or swimming? All right, maybe you should pray. Can an abscess lead to BP? No. Can scratching lead to BP? No. You want a copy of the lecture? Baba will help you with that. Where is the place of faith with disease? Sir, I don't doubt that faith can and may override sickness. I don't doubt it. The truth of it is, do you have that much faith? When you have a headache, before you even think, you take Panadol. Where is the place of faith in your headache? Now that you now have high blood pressure, that is the time you remember that you want to exercise faith. No, we are not on the same page. I'm sorry. Dietitian, what vegetables and what fruits? I'm sure you are just pulling my leg because you know which vegetables we have and you know fruit. We are so blessed that at any point in time we have some fruits. Every point in time. So you don't need to ask what fruits. The fruits that are in season, take them. Which organ represents the well or borehole? In the body is a closed system. So the blood goes right round, unlike the well where you bring it, send it somewhere. That's just an analogy. So you really don't have a well, as it were. The body, the blood goes right around the body. It goes from the heart to the brain, goes down, the kidneys take the toxins away, it comes up again. When it goes to your leg muscles, they contract and send the blood back to the heart. So that's the closed system. So that's what you can liken your well with. I think that's about the answer.
Please, you can do more for Baba Ogunseyinde. On behalf of the Diocese and the organizing committee, we want to appreciate the Venerable Dr. Ogunseyinde for always being available. The Lord